What's up, Dragon Brood? So today we are gonna get to talk about what the new version of Gruul might look like as we step into Zendikar Rising Standard, the new standard as we'll call it. And I don't even know why I'm wearing this earpiece because I'm not listening to anything. I'm just talking to you. Anyway, here's the deal. I played a good bit of Gruul during the early access event, but I kind of learned some things from it. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you some of the footage from yesterday, and then I'm going to give you some extra tips and tricks and kind of explain where the deck's going at the end of the video. So if you want to see cards in action, go ahead and watch for the first few minutes. And then when you get around to the end, like I said, we'll do a follow-up and talk about kind of what the next version of the deck could potentially look like. That'll give you a leg up and kind of maybe help you save some time, resources, wild cards, money, whatever it is, while you try to build this next version of the deck. But before we do that, as always, I'm going to ask politely if you would be so kind as to hit that like button. That would help me out a ton and help the video get seen by more people. Also, if you hit the subscribe button, that'll let me know you appreciate these videos that I'm doing for you. And then most importantly, if you hit that notification bell, it'll serve as a reminder for you so you get notified every single time I have a video like this up. Yeah, we'll keep this. And generally, I do appreciate y'all's enthusiasm. I really do. It's just like I can't recount 10 hours worth of streaming in any reasonable amount of time. Alright, we're going to put that down and then we're going to see what happens. Alright, what's this thing? They gain a life? Sure. I'll let you block. Actually, I can pump my thing, I guess. That's not even a real block, is it? Alright, well, it gets through. That's nice. Alright, gain a life. Play Cultivate. Gain another life. Seen the all colorless artifact deck today? No, we have not. This is not what we wanted to see. This is bad. This is very bad. Oh no. Man, we needed a land for that Harbinger real bad. Oh no. Even just to straight up play the Bonecrusher Giant would have been fine. Yeah, opponent's got 5 mana if they want it here. Oh no, I guess it does have 4. No, there's 5. Yeah. Alright, gain a life. Omen of the Hunt. Alright. They are getting a lot of mana while we are staring at our 2. But, we got to make the most of it. And the problem is we can't really fire off this Bonecrusher Giant because they might be playing like the stupid Sprout Swarm or whatever that thing is, and we don't necessarily want to not be able to kill that if their whole deck is about hunting lands. Okay, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, we can put the opponent to... Well, there's the Scoot Swarm. Look at that. That's exactly why we held on. Oh, it just makes a copy of Scoot Swarm. Duh. Well, yeah, we can't win anyway from here. Yeah, just getting stuck at 2 was just real bad. Okay, we get to go first with a bunch of tapped lands. Not sure how we want to play this. I guess we'll keep. And then we'll go get a mountain. And they're just going to play Goose. Just save time. I mean, we may end up just having to fight the Goose with our inscription. That's not like a thing you generally want to do, but... I mean... Well, never mind. I'd rather fight a Cobra. Or I'd rather just kill a Cobra. That's a thing we can do, too. I'm going to put one of these in tapped, so we can start working toward other things happening. Alright. Alright, Great Horn. Okay. We're not going to easily be able to kill a Great Horn. That's going to be a bigger problem. We can... Bone Crusher Giant. That could let us kill a Great Horn next turn, possibly. Oh, actually, that's kind of a mistake. If I knew I was going to play Bone Crusher here, I needed to play Bone Crusher, put this in tap, so I could guarantee I could use the inscription with Kicker next turn. That's a mistake. Yep, that's definitely a mistake. Yep. Yeah, because now if we don't get a land on tap, this is going to be real bad luck for us. Yep. Yeah, this is not good. So our only out now really is to put 2 counters on the Bone Crusher Giant, or either one of these, and then fight the Great Horn. Oh, such a silly mistake too. This is what sucks when you're trying to learn new cards. That's going to be the difference in this game, actually. That's fine if the giant hurts me. I don't care about the giant hurting me. That's neither here nor there. Problem is I don't want to blow both inscriptions here. That's the worst part, right? We're going to need the inscriptions later, and I know it. So yeah. I mean, I don't love it, but I think this is the right play. And then attack. Because really, see, the thing is, if we'd have done it right, we'd have had a giant right now that's a 6 power. Then we would actually be able to have the other inscription with kickers. So if they play like Asterix here, we'd be able to do something. But now we're just kind of in a bad spot. And this is a good example of how like one misplay or one misclick can like destroy you sometimes. And it's a total mistake. I mean, I had no reason not to play the other Mammoth as a land because we weren't going to use it all. Scoot Swarm. Alright. You have 2 Scoot Swarms. You have more Scoot Swarms. Alright. Oh, and a Questing Beast. Well, that sucks. Yeah, now I think we're dead. This is literally all of this because of one bad play. Like, yeah, GG's. Like, I mean, we just, ugh. So devastating how much that one play makes a difference. Watch the VODs later, because there's a lot to recap. Honestly. And I hope that doesn't sound rude. It's just a lot. Like, I mean, and everybody's asking a lot of questions over and over, and it's just it's a lot to keep going over. Oh boy. I don't know how good the Paragon is in here. I've only gotten it a couple. I'm only playing 2 copies. It does let us search up other creatures later. I have 1 Moraug that we could go get, but I don't know if that's enough. I mean, I have 1 Moraug, and then we have other Paragons and Kargan Intimidators, but not really sure if that's enough to justify everything. But I think we just play Intimidator here. Since I guess we can make it not block if we want to. Which is interesting, so we can keep them from killing their Archfiend's Vessel. Agonizing Remorse. Sure, take your pick. You might even take Turn Timber Symbiosis to keep us from having more mana. That is a thing. Interesting. So they wanted the Questing Beast. All right. Intriguing. If you attack, I will not block, opponent. I can promise you that much. The exchange does not benefit us. That is not something we want. Alright, you become a coward. We'll take 3. It's weird that it gives you the option to kick it when you obviously don't have the mana. I'd rather them just let it come into play and save you the time. Do you think with all the new cards and lands that Standard will be fun? I thought Standard was actually kind of fun already toward the end. So I'm in a weird boat, but this seems plenty fine. I don't have anything to complain about. Other than, like, I don't know, so many people wanting to play Omnath decks, but otherwise, no. And even then, you can deal with the Omnath decks. It's just, during the early access thing, it's kind of blah when you get to see so many of them. Okay, we'll put this in as red. Let's kill this one. Come on, bring the pain, opponent. Do what you're gonna do. Do your worstest. Oh, they're gonna Village Rites it. Okay, fair enough. And then we'll just make you a coward. And we'll attack for 6. Actually, we'll pump too, because we're not going to do anything else with that mana. Alright, so opponent's at 6. We can get 5 damage through in most cases. It's after that I got to figure out what we're going to do. Though actually we can kill a thing and then make whatever not block, so that's probably fine. Do any of the cosmetic stuff in the store rotate tomorrow? I think they rotate every day. Alright. I'm not going to kill your Archfiend's Vessel for you, opponent. I'm going to make you do it. Because I can keep 2 damage in hand. If we find another red land, we could get damage when the Tyrant dies. So there's no point giving him the opportunity to throw the Archfiend's Vessel in the way. Well, the demon that would come from the Archfiend's Vessel. They're thinking it through, though. I think they're trying to decide, is there a way they can sack their vessel and then get it back? Or, like, if they do that and they have a 5/5, but then we attack with the Tyrant and the Paragon, whatever they block, like, they don't want to take 4. But if you block the Tyrant, you would take 3, and then I'd pump red mana into the Tyrant, and then that would deal the extra damage. So it's probably what they're trying to figure out right now. Drawing 3 cards. Drawing a removal for the Tyrant is what you want to do here, but then they go to 3. And that also makes it easier for us to kill them. Alright, well, opponent's dead now. Yep. We get to go first with a bunch of... Well, this comes in untapped if we need it to. Alright, why not? We'll see what happens. And we'll just pass. Alright. Putting some lands into play. What is... Playing the trample guy. Maybe it's some kind of warrior deck, potentially? Oh, do we just take the 3 here? I feel like the answer is yes. That's the thing too. We're gonna have to be, there's gonna be a lot of time learning to really figure out like what is the best time to take damage or not. Like how to sequence your cards coming out. There's gonna be a lot of things we have to learn with these new cards. Yeah, we'll leave that. Alright. Let's see what the opponent does here. We both, for being what I'm assuming is aggro decks, we both had fairly slow starts. Azusa, well, this is not at all what we thought was going to happen here. Hold the phone. Things are a-changin'. Alright, that is a lot of mana. Not totally sure what's going to happen here. But I'm willing to attack because I have a feeling they won't block. I mean, we could always pump to a 4-2, so it's not like it's a big deal. Alright, we're going to go ahead and play this. And then we're just going to pass. I mean, we have a potential Embercleave situation if they play something like... I was thinking like Gargaroth or some such. Alright. But this is kind of what I wonder. Like, people are like, but you should play Rada with Azusa. But it's like, okay, great. But then what? I mean, the opponent literally assembled those exact cards. But, like, what happens? Like, you just get more mana. Yeah, I mean, you can get cards and deal damage to me, but that's... I mean... I just don't think Azusa is the card you want in Standard. People keep saying words that say, like, oh, you want Azusa with this. You should play this if you want Landfall. But I keep saying, like, okay, but what do you replace? And then when you're putting these lands in play, okay, where do you get the extra lands to get to do these extra things, right? You know what I mean? Like, yes, you have them, but then what? I mean, they have all these cards that are DFCs, but it's just like, okay, you're just kind of dealing these weird incremental amounts of damage. It's not amounting to anything. Yeah, I mean, we just attack, right? I mean, I'm actually trying to wonder if I just want to play pump that and then... I mean, maybe they pump Rada here and then give Rada double strike and we die. Like, I don't know, maybe that's what happens. And if so, credit to the opponent, because I'll admit, didn't see it coming. Enough that I almost played it safe and just played the Mammoth, but... Well, that's interesting. Storm's Wrath, huh? I guess it's a good thing I put that Embercleave on the Tyrant. I almost didn't. Oh, yeah. I mean, I know I could have Trample, but it was just like way more damage to put the Embercleave on the Tyrant and force the opponent into a situation that they have to try to not lose on this turn versus just getting through like a couple of points. I mean, yeah, Pump Rada. All right. They didn't have the ability to give it double strike. We go to 3. I assume that's it. Yep. Oh, so opponent gets to go first. We technically have 3 land, and this is the version where we're playing very low land count, so this is going to happen a lot. I think we keep it, though. I mean, knowing the situation we're in, and that we've kind of created for ourselves, we can't really be like, all our lands come into play tapped. I was like, well, we did that. We keep this, actually. So now that changes things quite a bit. Acquisitions Expert. I will show you a... don't want to show them the Embercleave yet, do I? How many am I going to have to show them? Choose cards to reveal. Is it just one? Yeah, because you only have a rogue. Yeah. All right. So I'll just give you Kazandu Mammoth, I guess. Like, seems fair. This will come in as a green. I say that, but I probably want to pick red. Yeah, it's gonna be red. Mostly because I have the Mammoth if I really want green or not. Alright, we'll pass. See what the opponent wants to do here. We can just use Bone Crusher Giant, because we're going to have to get that Foulmire Knight out of the way at some point. If we're going to do anything here. Demonic Embrace. Well, that's a whole different problem. Never mind. We don't like that. This does create a different problem, too, and this is what happens sometimes when you play stuff like the Intimidator. Because, well, I was about to say, if that was the only creature we could play, I mean, we could have played Bone Crusher Giant, and then we would have had to play this on it, which isn't the best use, to be able to kill the Demonic Embrace when they play it the next time. But what we're going to do is this. And then next turn, if they choose a Demonic Embrace here, we will try to just kill the Embrace and attack for a lot. They're choosing not to, so we're just going to pass. Interesting. I guess they're going to try to kill our Mammoth here, which makes sense. So now I'm trying to decide, do I just want to play big Stonecoil Serpent, or do I want to play, like, small Stonecoil and Intimidator, so we're set up for an Embercleave? I mean, the opponent has a kill card in hand, obviously, because they didn't try to play the Embrace, nor have they really tried to do anything else here. So we'll attempt to attack, give them the option of blocking. Oh, okay, that's all it was. Well, that's not the worst thing. I thought they were going to do something much worse. That's totally fine. I thought it was going to be like Murderous Rider or something, but that also costing them a card is okay. Not our preferred option, obviously. Do you have another one? You know, Stone Cold Serpent's a little bit of a liability in the new format too, because a lot of people have been playing like that 2-mana thing that kills a cheap creature or whatever. We'll pay the 3 life here. Alright. We're going to Ember Cleave it up. We're going to Ember Cleave it up. I mean, if you don't block, then I'm just going to play 2 creatures next turn, or this turn. I mean, you know we've got this one. Here comes this one. Alright. Pick your poison. Rankle? Sure. See, that's what I was looking for. I thought that was the one that's something that was going to be over there. Yeah, we're just not blocking. No desire to block. Oh, that was a great card to pick up. Great, great, great. That was... Oh, that was so good. Now we just have to hope they don't have another. Because we do have to take 2 damage of our own to target our giant, which isn't great. But it leaves us at 5. So if they have another Rankle, we die. But if not, maybe we win next turn. Yeah, there's just nothing good. Like, trying to think what ways we can lose here. They can get another Demonic Embrace back. So that's 3, 4. So that would leave us at 1. That doesn't kill us. Oh, but we can gain life too. We can just play the whole kicker, right? Yeah. All right, that works. So let's put 2 counters. We'll gain life, and we'll fight a thing. Target a player. So it would target us, and then oh, then you have to fight and fight. Okay, cool. That's a lot of targeting to do. I had to make sure I picked correctly. That's a huge turn there. That's a huge, huge turn. I'm telling you, I think this might honestly be one of the best cards in the set. I think people are sleeping on that card a bit. Oh, Scourge. Yeah, because we're both at 11. That's not a happy time. Oh, that's almost worth it. What can we do here? Do we just attack with Questing Beast? I mean, is that the right answer? I mean, if they have we can't attack with both, so if they have a kill card, we just die, right? Yeah. So now I think we're dead. Man, if with some other creature other than Bonecrusher Giant, so we wouldn't have had to take that 2 damage. Okay, they had the Embrace still anyway. So yeah, we're just dead, but God, that was close. That was close. I feel like we just needed something else cheap to play there with all that mana. But that was a good pickup. And we get to go first, so we will keep this hand. I've also so far not gotten to a point in the game where we actually want to cast the Turn Timber Symbiosis. We did cast the Shatter Skull Smashing earlier, so that's a thing that happens. But it's interesting that just being able to do it for like 4, or paying 4, and just killing a couple things has been totally fine. Alright, they don't have a shock. That's good. Let's see what the opponent's up to here. Lotus Cobra. Well, we unfortunately will not be letting a Lotus Cobra live. get in for free. Don't know what the opponent's doing with the Cobra, though. I have a feeling Cobra's going to show up in a lot of decks that are just trying to, like, get one extra mana sometimes, and that's going to be good enough. But I don't think we have a real clue what it's going to be doing just yet in a lot of decks. Alright, we're just going to play that. I guess we're going to have some dueling giants here for a little bit. There's that silly Moraug staring us in the face again. I don't know if the Cobra is good in this list. I mean, it's not bad in this list. I just don't know if it's good. I mean, I guess we play a Questing Beast. Wow, they didn't have a counter either? Oh boy, there was nothing there. Then I don't know what's happening. Okay, there's Terror of the Peaks. That's reasonable. Yeah, I guess we just do this.
You're in the wrong. They're a stampede of one.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you can't really block it. Yeah. Mulligan this. This is a little bit better. Still need to draw some land before this does anything significant, though. But I will say, for the most part, we haven't really had mana issues, which is kind of nice today. So, where I thought some of these lists had too few lands, even with all the DFCs and stuff, seems like it's mostly worked out, I would say. So it's kind of interesting. Gonna play this as a 1 just to keep the opponent from wanting attack with the Selfless Savior, because if they're playing Winota, like, if we can trade and kill, it's better for us. If they're not, then, you know, they're not. I'm willing to attack, see what the opponent does here. Interesting, they were willing to trade. Why is this? Their hand must be really bad. Because if you just straight up... That means whatever they're going to play on this turn wasn't even worth saving. Or they didn't have anything quality to play here. It's the only thing I can think. See, this is just what we were talking about. That damn apparition, so we don't even get anything for that. Like, opponent just freely gets a creature there. Yeah, that's just a bad situation for us. That apparition, just no good. Had a 1-mana Rakdos deck that drew all gas. Well, yeah, we saw a mono red deck that did that as well. I was gonna put together a 1 and 2 mana Rakdos deck. Okay, we'll attack. Let's see what you want to do, opponent. Double block, huh? Actually, hold this thought. If they play Winota next turn, they would be able to... Well, they wouldn't do anything with it. If we have this, we can fight a Winota. This leaves it... You know what? I'm just going to gamble. I mean, Winota with no creatures doesn't do much. I'm telling you, this card does so many things in so many situations. I mean, maybe just shooting it is better and then we save that for the Winota, but like, I don't know. If they have it, they have it. Oh, they had a Nahiri. Well, Nahiri's gonna go find a Winota.
I must calm the anger that dwells within.
Though interestingly, if we get a land, we get to attack with Questing Beast and Harbinger, and then they have to decide. Like, they're not going to take 6 from Harbinger, I don't think.
Scour the ruins.
All right, deck, we need an untapped land here ASAP. Well, no, we could just shoot Nahiri, I guess. It's not the worst thing. Thanks for that follow there, by the way. All right, here we go. We get to look at 6 cards. What do we take? Well, that wasn't a sexy pile of 6. I don't even... I guess we take another Harbinger? It's like the best thing there, I guess. That was super unexciting.
Without me, then.
I mean, playing Winota is not their best play here. That's for sure. Okay, Skyclave, fair enough. Well, now we need a land so we can shoot an Apparition and then play a Harbinger behind it. Oh, that's a whole lot of not fun. Oh, weird. This doesn't tell you... Oh, it tells you there what they have removed. Alright, so if I want a 3/3, I want to kill this one. Oh, man, just getting a Harbinger is nice. Just really, how bad do I care about Winota triggers, I guess? Let's end the turn. Because depending on what the opponent does, just shooting them might be the right answer. But let's see what they do. Simple Agent of Treachery. That's true. Agent of Treachery is not an option. Though that would have rotated anyway, so. A Kinrith. Okay. That resolves. Alright, let's shoot... Man, missing a land that last turn was big, actually, because we would have been pretty well set up for this turn. Alright, so we're going to kill that one. What? I even carefully targeted, and it showed that it was the one with the Harbinger on it. That totally happened. Like, I was even careful on which one I targeted. Alright, hold on, I gotta make a note. 242. Apparition. Removed. Wrong one. Dang it. That's the second time today I've gotten wrecked by something like that happening. That sucks. Alright, well, this is at least going to get us out of trouble.
Dare you to stop this?
But man, that's... Now, the deck played pretty well for what I expected out of the gate, but there are some things to be concerned about. Like, when playing, you probably don't want to play a Stone Cold Serpent cheap on 1 and a Kargan Intimidator on 2, just so you don't end up with multiple things with 1 toughness, because that's definitely a trend we saw early, and I would expect decks to be wanting to come after all your creatures that have 1 toughness all at once, probably with something like Cinderclasm, so be aware that that's a thing that's out there. You may also consider adding 1 or 2 more red sources to the deck if you can pull it off, to make it better for your new dragons to be able to deal more damage. That's a thing that comes up a little bit light that we're missing really, I think, in the current version. Another thing to think about, if the format goes slower than we're anticipating, or there's more, I don't know, flyers or evasive creatures, then we may look at actually swapping out Garruk for Vivian. I currently have some in the sideboard, so if you want to play it in best of 3, go for it. But I think Vivian does have more weight if something goes to a slower format, like say more Sultai decks potentially. That's a thing I would keep an eye on. Also, you might want to use all your removal early, or even try to mulligan down to where you have one of your, I guess, 7 or 8 removal cards, so you can actually get rid of a Lotus Cobra. There's going to be a lot of those in the early days of this format. Also, Inscriptions, probably one of the best cards in the deck. Don't undersell that card, you can do a lot with it. Don't waste it, try to maximize it as best you can, because it's a very powerful card in a lot of situations, and if used correctly, you can cause some blowouts with your opponent's blocking in ways that aren't necessarily beneficial to them, with you getting both a fight effect and the bonus counters. Are there other cards we could include in this list? Probably. I mean, there's quite a few I considered. We're just kind of going this route for now. You know, don't worry about things like Moralg and things like that, because the truth is, you rarely need multiple attack steps at that point, and it does cost 6 mana. You could get by paying 5 and get Elder Gargaroth and Terror of the Peaks, which are going to have an impact more often and just give you more return for your mana. And you don't necessarily get stuck having to wait for that 6 mana either. And don't be afraid to play your mammoths as mammoths. They're actually pretty good. Being able to attack with the 5/5 is also acceptable. Don't be beholden to the sideboard as it is. We've actually just put some cards there that I'm kind of just thinking makes sense based on what we saw over the last 24-48 hours, but that's not to say that won't change. Matter of fact, it's probably going to change. So if you see some things change that you need some answers for, feel free to swap cards out. Don't worry about it. But I think that's all I have for you on that. The latest version of the deck will be down in the description, so you can just follow that link. Also, if you'd like to follow my other channel, PowrDragn Outdoors, I've got stuff going on there that kind of gives you a break from all the tabletop gaming. And we have our Discord link, Twitch link, everything else in the description as always. And one last time, if you haven't, please remember, like this video, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, because all those things are important and help out. But that's all I have for you for now. We'll see you next time.